Awe finally returned home after spending an entire year fighting on the battlefield, but the moment he stepped inside, something felt wrong. The house was completely empty. The only thing moving was a baby cradle gently rocking back and forth in the corner. Believing his wife had given birth while he was away, Awe excitedly walked over to see his child, but when he looked inside the cradle, it was completely empty. Confused, he turned around and suddenly saw his wife standing behind him. Overwhelmed with joy, Awe rushed forward and embraced her. After a heartfelt reunion, he asked where their baby was. His wife simply pointed toward the bed and smiled. "The baby is right there playing." Awe looked again, and somehow the child was suddenly there. Strange as it seemed, he brushed the feeling aside. During his year at war, Awe had formed a brotherhood with 4 soldiers who had survived countless battles beside him. The moment they met his beautiful wife, they jokingly congratulated him on having the perfect family. Since they planned to stay a few days before leaving, they decided to sleep in Awe's aunt's empty house across the road. Strangely, when Awe mentioned that his friends would be staying nearby, Xiaona looked visibly unhappy. What none of the men realized was that the beautiful woman standing before them was no longer human. That night, Awe rested his head on Xiaona's lap while talking about the horrors of war and how much he had missed her. He told her that the lucky charm she gave him before he left had saved his life countless times. As he pulled out the charm, Xiaona's expression instantly changed. Nervously, she told him it was stained with blood and suggested she clean it for him the next day. Later that night, Xiaona softly sang a lullaby to put the baby to sleep. Across the village, terrified locals heard the song and immediately locked themselves inside their homes. Some even hid trembling in corners. Yet the 4 soldiers, completely unaware of the danger, slept peacefully. Awe himself quickly drifted into sleep, never suspecting that the woman lying beside him was hiding a terrifying secret. The next morning, Awe and his friends visited the marketplace, but something strange happened. Every vendor who recognized Awe suddenly refused to sell anything. One merchant claimed he needed the food for himself. Even the fish seller refused to make a sale, insisting he planned to release the remaining fish back into the river. Confused by the bizarre behavior, Awe finally encountered a drunken tavern owner who seemed willing to talk. The woman began revealing the truth, but before she could finish, her son dragged her away. The strange warning left everyone puzzled. That evening, while eating dinner together, the soldiers discussed what had happened. One of them, nicknamed Onionhead, remembered an old superstition from his village. According to local legends, if you looked at someone through your legs upside down, you could tell whether they were human or something else. The others laughed at the story, but they agreed that Awe deserved to hear it anyway.